Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks, and this, well, it was going to be another lockdown news roundup, but I don't know. It's all the same old guff, and it's all speculative. I say this because, well, what can you really believe anymore? So much of the news is Project Fear, so much is fear suggestion, so much of it is to wind people up. Look at Australia yesterday with all their grandstanding on their podiums and all their stay-at-home $5,000 fines. If you're here or if you're there, you can't go further than 5 kilometres from your home, blah, 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 blah. And while, yes, there are regulations that they are talking about, it's still all about manufacturing anxiety through the media to create an effect. It's all about bullying people into submission, and what they are using, acts, statutes. State power is only justified and lawful when consented to by the people or society over which that political power is exercised. And the majority of people, jabbed, unjabbed, doesn't matter, they don't want this. So therefore, it's not justified and it's not lawful. So they are bullying you into complying. It goes against human rights. That's why these fines are contested. When they are contested, they're mostly dropped. It's all suggestion and threats. It's not just Australia. It's happening everywhere. UK, Ireland, New Zealand, France, Germany. And whenever any legislation is put into place, it has no foundation. And it's all to push you to comply with their agenda for their technocratic surveillance slave state. This is why people need to be strong, need to focus. I get so many emails from people who are saying, I feel alone in the world. My family, my friends, they have all given in. They want me to do it now. But they say, but these people are staying strong. And they say, I won't do it. I won't do something I don't want to do. It feels very wrong. And that stand, with all of that shite against you, that really shows strength of character. You've got some serious peer pressure that people are being subjected to. And there are many of you out there, I have found, in this situation, many of you saying this from emails, telling me their experiences and their troubles with people close to them. And it sucks. Family and friends on your back, trying to persuade you. That is a lot of pressure. I'm in the same boat. I'm getting battered by the same constant storms. I have fallen out with family over this. And we're also forgetting that also on top of that, this is also like the biggest psychological operation ever put upon the world, It's a constant bombardment from the media and from the authorities over the last year and more. And you've managed to stand against it for what you believe is right. And that is certainly something. That is a real test of faith, a test of character, but a test of faith in belief in yourself. People without belief in themselves, they look to others to lead the way, and they follow because they are unsure of themselves. They don't have that belief, and maybe they don't have that connection with their instincts as they should have. At this particular moment in time, we are in an environment of complete and utter information chaos, information overload. There are multitudes of news stories coming at us from all angles, all over. We are like a ship, on a stormy sea, getting battered by the weather or the media by all sides. Yet it's imperative to remain calm within that boat and steer the ship, in a controlled way. Loads of crap coming at us from the mainstream, which is clear propaganda, all directing people to think one way. But there's also loads coming from the other side, and a lot of those are exaggerated. And I feel sometimes the same as from the mainstream media, they're designed to not only get attention, but to create fear as well, just in a different way. And fear, no matter where it comes from, it interrupts the process of your brain. Fear encourages you to make rash decisions, to make mistakes. So be aware of that. I think I've said this before. You need to protect yourself from this kind of wave of negativity out there. There's lots of alternative news that gets shared very quickly without people really checking it out, checking its validity. And that can sometimes create a wave of unnecessary fear. And sometimes there is just too much of this going around. But anyway, look, you should be proud of yourself that you have instinctively, you felt something. You know that something is very wrong, and you haven't followed the crowd because you have put trust in yourself. You have belief in your own thoughts and in your gut instincts. You've embraced nature. You are a free-thinking warrior. But we also need to be calm, though. We also need to be better than those on the other side. Okay? We need to not rise to their bait. They want to call people names. I've seen the social media posts attempting to goad people. I've seen the insults. This is a problem. It's a red flag. And believe me, I understand it is insanely annoying. It is incredibly tempting to fire back with both barrels. But responding with anger to people like this, whether it's online or in real day-to-day life, it's only going to escalate the situation. It's only going to escalate the problem. It will only exacerbate the issue. It is very tempting, I know, but we have to rise above this. We have to be better than them. If they go low, we should go higher. We have to lead by example. We have to show them how to behave by leading the way. Those that antagonize in this way, like I've just mentioned, they do so because they are ignorant of the overall plan. They are ignorant to the modus operandi of these establishments and their psychological control operative. Look where they are now. They're all jabbed up and they're waiting for boosters and passports, giving away their freedom, and many don't even register this as a possibility. But we are not. We are wiser than that. And we understand that much of the media is attempting to create division, trying its hardest to cause a them and us situation. We know they are trying to stoke the fires. So as we know this, we shouldn't play into their hands. Even though I understand it's difficult to resist, we should try and avoid this. We are in the minority. We need more of the majority on our side. And as restrictions, I believe, will probably be coming back in September, late September, October, this will create more questions from the normies. So hopefully many of these people will start to wise up. But if we continually fire back, engage in petty tit-for-tat insults, this will only make them more stubborn and the divide wider. Maybe it's best just to completely ignore these people. So, this was supposed to be a lockdown news roundup, but it's gone off into something else. Most of the news is a load of old guff anyway. It's all coming out of a manufactured script and some fecking think tank somewhere. So you have to remember the word. For example, governmental. Split that word into two. You've got govern, which means to control, and mental, which means your mind. Governmental means to control mind. Or if you flip that around, you have mind control. And faith and belief in yourself, or whatever gives you strength, is all important to weather the storm of this onslaught of psychological media propaganda, which also, because it's so omnipresent, it's so everywhere, it creates in of itself as well agents of propaganda out of your family and friends as well, who end up then unwittingly working for the government and furthering their agenda by trying to persuade you to do what the government wants and what they now think they want. So you need to keep calm in that storm and to continue to control your own destiny, your own voyage. Don't hand over the ship's wheel to other people. Stay in control. People talk about the past as being history. Again, What does that mean? History. Whose story? History. That sounds like someone else is writing your story for you. You should always be the architect of your own life story. This is not what the powers that be want. They want to write your story for you all, so they can then write history. Don't give up that right. Don't allow others to bully you into giving up the ability to write your own future. It's your story, not history. Okay? So look, that's enough of me waffling. But I get so many emails of people at the end of their tether who have lost friends and family over this, or have fallen out with friends and family, and tell me they are alone. And I say to them, you're not alone. This is happening everywhere. Look, it's going to happen. You're going to fall out with people. But you forgive them. Don't be angry with them. They will come round in the end. And if they don't, there are plenty of like-minded souls in the world who will take their place. Okay? So you're not alone. As always, thanks for listening. Come and subscribe to the tribe at hugotalks.com, a place for like-minded souls who don't follow the fake stream media and don't follow the crowd.